Your financial needs aren't independent of each other, so your financial advisors shouldn't be either. At Mercantile Bank, our experienced United Wealth professionals are united to serve you and your complete financial planning and wealth management needs. Are you just starting your investment journey or need to roll over a retirement plan? Do you need to plan for a loved one with special needs or for your own life after work? Maybe your business needs a succession plan or you want to enhance your employee benefit programs. Whatever steps you need to take, our United Wealth experts are ready to take them with you. Together, we are united.
Hi, this is Ron Kinscherf with Muddy River News. Welcome to the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Mercantile Bank and Rober and Phillips Attorneys at Law. I am so proud to be sitting at Bob Goff's desk to present this Business Spotlight on moving up in the world. We have Rich Ellerman with Legal Shield joining us today, and thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right, so when I first heard about Legal Shield, I think it was just commercials on TV or something like that. I just thought it was almost like a prevention thing for IT, so I don't get hacked and stuff like that. But having talked to you, it's just a much larger operation than that. Can you just give us like the elevator pitch of what Legal Shield actually is?
Sure. So Legal Shield offers, the parent company, Prepaid Legal Services, offers two services or products.
Okay.
Legal Shield, and Legal Shield is a prepaid services provider with a network of attorneys. Just like you would have through Blue Cross, you would have PPO providers. Mm-hmm. And so same thing, we have providers in every state in the United States for our members. And additionally with ID Shield is additional product that focuses on identity theft, cybersecurity. Okay. And between the two products, they offer a really robust coverage for families and services to use instead of waiting until something happens.
Yeah, I thought Legal Shield was more of an ID Shield type of solution, but so who is Legal Shield for? Is it just for me and you?
Yeah, great question. So Legal Shield is really designed for individuals and families. However, through the growth of the products and services they operate, they work for entrepreneurs, small businesses, startups, large businesses, employee benefits. We offer commercial driver legal plans. We offer supplement plans for gun owners. Those people that are doing rideshare jobs and stuff today.
Right.
So there's lots of opportunity.
So how's it work though? So I get a Legal Shield account, I'm assuming, and then I call an 800 number and then somebody's there to help me.
Yeah, so
it's not necessarily the lawyer I need, but
right. So Legal Shield is generally you'll connect with a independent agent, right, or a licensed agent that does multiple facets of insurance. But Legal Shield is not insurance, it's a prepaid service. So the difference between the industry standards is that Legal Shield, when you become a member, paid subscription, right, instead of premium, is that you can get things done through the attorney. So you can call the 800 number, direct dial into your provider attorney in the state that you reside in, or you can use our mobile app. And our mobile app gives you direct access to inbox, send messages, request assistance, review coverage, get forms, all that kind of stuff.
So what's your role then? I mean, you're not an attorney.
I am not.
You don't play one on TV. So what is your, what is your role? I mean, if I'm a Legal Shield customer, I don't call you though, do I?
You can, and then
Okay.
I can connect you with the services that you may require.
Right.
Sometimes that's an easier process, but generally you have direct access to the law firms that are assigned to you in your state. Right, so for example, Illinois uses Szymanowski, Moscardini in Chicago. I touch the button, I call Szymanowski, I say, hey, I got a speeding ticket, send the ticket to them through the mobile app, and they sign an attorney to go to court for me.
So it's always the same law firm you're using in Illinois?
Yep, so
it is.
every state has a proprietary law firm, very different from any other industry competitors out there. Ours is the only one that's proprietary. So you have an assigned law firm. And so in Missouri, I do a lot with DeBale Judge down in St. Louis. That's the provider firm. Both of those law firms have been working with Legal Shield over 20 years.
Okay, so, and those law firms have skill sets and everything you mentioned before.
Yes.
So, but they don't outsource any of that work to Bill's law firm down in Carbondale or anything like that.
So depending upon the need, your first call is always to the primary provider firm. That provider firm, depending on your situation, it may be because of the law that you need an attorney in Quincy, right? to work hand in hand or face to face, any of those kind of things. So if it's in that type of situation within the coverage, then we have over 5,000 referral attorneys across the U.S. That we've amassed over the 50 years that this company's been in existence.
But how do
so you can be referred out.
Okay, I'm in Illinois. I have, let's mention the speeding ticket. I call the firm up in Chicago. How do am I prioritized? I mean, they have other clients, I'm assuming, also. So how seriously are they going to take my situation versus, their standard client?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So Legal Shield has a proprietary agreement, customer service-wise,
right,
with every law firm, and then we set service standards within those. So our members call in, you're guaranteed by our service standards to get a call back from an attorney within 8 business hours.
Okay.
Usually the same day.
Okay, so, and this is a monthly payment plan, right?
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
a
like
subscription.
X dollars, but how many levels of subscription are there?
Oh, there's multiples because we have so many different products. But it starts at about $1 a day, $30 a month for one of the services.
Okay, and you get all full. So is it based on your needs? So if I'm an individual, I only need X, Y, and Z. It's the $1 a month. But if I'm a corporation, I need more different things. Is it $2 a day or something like that?
Yeah, so you're exactly right. So depending upon the coverage, it starts at about $1 a day. I do a lot of employee benefits. So just like people that do AFLAC coverage or disability, dental vision, I do that within the employer, and then that lowers, because it's a group rated price, it lowers that cost to about $22 a day, or $22 a month.
Now in this community, everybody knows a lawyer. You're either related to one, you live next door to one, and all that. So are you, I didn't tell you I was going to ask this, you're not trying to replace that relationship you have with your next door neighbor lawyer, are you?
Well, so a great friend of mine in one of the businesses here locally, big transportation company, he says it all the time. You may know an attorney, you may even have an attorney in the family, but when you go to use them, what area of law do they cover? And if your issue is out of state, are they licensed to practice out of state? And Legal Shield is the largest provider within the U.S. Using a proprietary network. So in my case, you said speeding ticket.
Right.
I travel with purpose occasionally. Right, so
is that what it's called now?
That's what I tried to tell the sheriff's deputy.
It doesn't work,
But he wrote me a ticket south of St. Louis, down by Arnold. Right, I deserved it. He wrote the ticket. I pulled up the app. I typed in where it occurred, what my court date was. I snapped a picture of my driver's license, front and back of the ticket, and hit send.
So no matter what you pay your fee, you're covered in all 50 states.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Now, what are you finding? I think this would be great for small businesses who are just getting underway. So what are you finding to be the biggest challenge? Let's say I start a business and like, hey, Rich, I don't know what I'm going to do. What do you find that, like the first few things that they run into that they don't expect to find from a legal perspective?
Yeah, so most of it is getting your questions answered,
okay,
right? So I sit down with them and I help them come up with a lot of the basic questions that they may be interested in asking. And then there's different levels that they can start a legal services plan for. And so they can start at a very low level and build it up as they grow their company, including where our attorneys help them start the business, file the LLCs, get the name acquisition covered, set up the EIN, all of that. There's additional fees that are involved with that, but essentially the low-cost membership gives them a starting portal and a place to grow into their business and get things like documents reviewed, contracts set up, all that kind of stuff. So it's full-fledged.
So it almost sounds like they reduce the complication to a degree of what that new startup business would be going through.
Yeah.
So with that fee that you pay a month, can you just call and say, hey, I need some advice. I don't know whether to start a sole proprietorship or LLC, that type of thing?
Yeah.
Is that available?
Yeah, so let me just give you a quick summary of what the coverages are.
Okay.
Right, so Legal Shield provides advice, consultation, letters and phone calls made on your behalf, contracts and documents reviewed as a full coverage on unlimited subject matters. So you can pick up a phone, call the attorney and say, hey, I got a question on, I'd like some advice on, or I'm stuck in this situation. I had a situation where I got a letter, being an entrepreneur, got a letter from the IRS that said, hey, we've got a problem with the taxes you filed back in such and such a date. As my wife said, that's a panic letter. So I picked up the phone, called Szymanowski Moscardini, happened to get the partner, Frank Moscardini, who turns out to be a tax attorney, and he talked me through the letter, what I received. He says, it's not an audit. Here's how you respond to it. Gave me some information. I put it in there, sent it back to the IRS, said, my attorney said, and ta-da, it was all resolved and went away.
So if Buddy River was using Legal Shield, okay?
Yep.
That's a bad example. How about I have a business, Ron's Auto Sales, but I get a speeding ticket. Does the service only apply to the business, or can I use it for personal things also?
Yeah, so it's two-sided. There are certain business plans for entrepreneurs like myself that allow you to have both a personal coverage and a business coverage.
Okay.
However, there are also, depending upon the needs, as you said before, there are separate coverages, and so I have several small businesses in the Quincy and Missouri area that have a personal plan and a business plan.
Okay, so that's something you have to designate up front then. Okay, and then family.
Yeah, so any personal plan is designed for family. There's no designation separate for like an individual or things like that.
When you're out there talking to people, what do you find to be the biggest surprise that you do that they don't know about?
The estate planning.
The estate planning?
Yeah, so a lot of people I talk to, the one thing most of us don't do is we don't get our wills and our adult documents in order. And usually that comes because we don't know somebody, right, that does that, or we're afraid of what the cost is. Well, the average cost out there says it's $300 to $500 per person to get it done. A membership with Legal Shield could run as little as $300 to $400 a year, and you get that done at no additional cost. That's one of the upfront things that we do for member and spouse, even adult children between 18 and 26.
But you're not there for a one-time fix, though. So if I need to get my estate done, I call you and pay that monthly fee, and then, okay, I'm done with Legal Shield. That's not the design of the program.
No, because the likelihood is most people have 2 to 3 legal situations that occur throughout the year. And the premise of having Legal Shield is peace of mind, right? Who do I call? Who do I ask that question to, right? You and I have had that conversation. And it simply says, if you're a Legal Shield member, you hit the button, you call the law firm, you ask the question, they tell you which direction you can go or give you some choices. And they can even assist you in the process. So a few years ago when Sears was the place to get tires and batteries, I walked in with a tire that my wife and I had, and it was still supposed to be under warranty. The manager said, sorry, buddy, not covered. I called the law firm. I said, what are my options in this situation? I got the documents when I bought it. I got the warranty information. And they said, send it to me. Went into the app, typed in what our conversation was, 6 pictures, sent it to the attorney. The attorney calls me. He says, Rich, this says they need to provide you with written denial. I said, I got a sorry buddy. They sent a letter, went to Sears, that I had a tire on my car.
Wow. Okay, cool. Rich Ellerman, thanks for coming in and tell us about Legal Shield.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm Ron Kinscherf. This has been the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Mercantile Bank and Rober and Phillips Attorneys at Law.